Zero Chill Championship game. This is a belt game right here. We have Velas going up against Cleff. This is Velas' first ever live event. Cleff has been in this spot numerous times, yet has never made or never actually won the championship. I want to say this is his third or fourth time in a championship game. Been a few years though, I believe. We have Velas on offense here. He is in the run and gun playbook, and he can be rocking a lot of the pistol bunch tight end. He runs a lot of off-meta stuff. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes against somebody who is usually known as one of the best defensive players in the world, especially when it comes to like their user nowadays, when it comes to switch stick and Clef. And we're going to see the halfback zone from Velas. Now, he's not going to be on conservative. He's going to be spinning a lot here on balanced, which does cause the risk of a fumble, okay? Clef on defense going to be in the 3-4 odd. And we're going to see Velas go 5 wide here from the pistol. It looks like a decent amount. This is the second time already this game he's doing so. I'm just curious to see what he does, because in our first game that we watch of him, he did not. Notice right there. So I'll point this out. We have, oh, he's going to go for the long ball. Drops it. Actually could have been a good ball if he had more space. So I want to point this out because this is a big deal. Taking meta concepts and applying them to your formation. One of the big things this year, when we get to see his play art again. Let's see it. Okay. One of the big things this year. Against this style of blitz, is 3-4 odd, you get these backers coming, okay? Especially off the edge. Your halfback sucks at blocking these guys. Very, very bad. So what does he do? What do other people do? People in bunch would block their tight end. So what does Velas do here in an off-meta formation? He's going to follow the same rules as what you do in a meta formation, right? Even if you run off meta, take what works and apply it. You don't have to be incredible. Like, you can be different, but you can still do what works, okay? Now right here, he goes for the deep shot to triangle. Kind of a weird thing that happened there with Clef's like switch stick or user or something. Not 100% sure, but ends up almost being a touchdown for Velas very, very early. Would have been nice to have if you're him. Again, had to kind of hold up. Didn't get maybe quite the pass lead on it that you wanted. Also, just not a ton of space. I mean, there actually is a massive amount of space, but he threw that streak super late, so just not a ton of space. Going for a horizontal route concept on the left side. Gonna go out route right there. Gets him to a 4th and 2. If you're Clef, you're feeling good. You've probably never played against an offense like this. Not sure if he's ever played Velas before. I'm guessing no. And immediately have him on a 4th and 2 before you even really get a good chance to feel him out. But seam streak. Bang. This is what I talk about all the time, right? This is a massive part of, I think, what everyone's offense should be, is getting your tight end on these streaks, hitting him up the seam. So we do something like this. Okay, Clef is in 3-4 odd. So I'm going to just paint a quick dilemma for you. We have this outside backer right here. All right, outside corner, safety. For this out route to be defended, okay, for this out route to be defended, what has to happen? Like, what is the only way this out route can be defended to stop the first down on 4th and 2? Hard flat from the safety? No. Has to be this outside corner manned up or in a flat, okay? Because there's no one else. Like, this outside backer can't get there. Safety can't get there. Outside corner has to be. So, if our outside corner, we've identified he has to be in a cloud flat, right? If he's not, we're just going to throw the out route. But if he is, then what's the rest of this defensive coverage? Well, probably have this guy in a deep half, right? To cover up above him, right? Well, if he's in a deep half covering above him, who's defending the streak? Right? This guy? He can't defend it. Inside, no, he can't defend that. So it's just a basic little like numbers game, little leverage thing. And that's exactly what happens right there. Njoku with a big touchdown. And that's big if you're Velas, especially on 4th and 2. First ever live event, first ever championship game. You don't want to get behind early, and getting a big touchdown like that is obviously massive. Quick look at Clef's team. Feel free to pause this, screenshot it, whatever you want to do. I love Njoku. They're using Baker Mayfield at QB, or he is. I missed if Velas is, but he is, because he's going to get that 0 AP gunslinger until January 9th, and he's going to have the best release in the game, which is at over quarters 3, I think it's called. This year, they changed all of the release names, and so I'm like, I can't remember all of them anymore. But Clef, really in his first game against Kiv, impressed me from how much he attacked underneath and horizontally. I felt like that was a part of his game that he wasn't always doing in the past. And, you know, these are route combos that we've seen for years, and he's doing a good job. Now he's going to go to verticals. This is more of a shot play for him. Not really there, though. He's going to throw the ball away. Second is short. This is true in real football. It's true in Madden. Always a good down on second is short if you wanted to get a little cute, if you wanted to go for a shot. right? It's always something you could do. And he's going to go back to this bench pivot play. This route combo, very simple, very good. No hot routes or anything, or no like abilities needed for this. Drag the tight end, flat the halfback. Now, part of this, you might be saying, well, Civil, doesn't the drag run into the flat? And the answer is yes, but late. Cleff is calling this play with the intention of getting the ball out fast if he's going to be hitting the flat or the drag. And what this actually does, the flat's going to get to this flat first, okay? Meaning that all the flat zones are going to be out here while the drag is right here. So this flat actually helps as a pull route for the drag route, okay? And you actually see that right there, just barely. That flat zone, number 87, Gronk, just slightly outside of the drag. He would have played that had the flat route not been there. Now, Clef actually probably should have thrown the halfback flat, but nonetheless, we keep on saying flat. I need to stop. Vilas in the 4-3-6-1 defense. And he's going back to that same play over and over. The one issue that you could run into having this style of offense is that when you're very much reliant on one or two plays checking down underneath, it can sometimes be scary if you get into that situation. Like, you get into such a rhythm, it can be almost scary when you have to get out of it. Just something to keep in mind. He's going to roll out with Baker Mayfield, throw that ball away. Veal's able to get into a 3rd and inches right here. And for Veal's, this is kind of a potential statement down. I'm curious to see what he does here. Clef has shown what he wants to do, attacking underneath pretty consistently. And great defense right there from Velas. Genuinely great defense. Really, really good. 4th and inches now for Clef. Big opportunity. Veals not showing any signs of blitzing. Clef going back to that same bench pivot play. And Veals again gives up that area. You got to think, this area of the field right here is so tough to defend. Right? This is right here. So tough to defend. Requires a hook curl. But if you have him a hook curl, who could beat a hook curl right there? The outside backer? I'm serious. Let's look at it. If you were to put a hook curl right here, you're trying to defend this area, who's it going to come from? Probably not a defensive lineman. If it is a defensive lineman, you're only going to send 3 people. It's going to be hard to get a pass rush. So maybe from this guy. But if your hook curl's from here, who's defending the flat? This guy? Okay, well then what if this guy's on a fade? Right? And that's where, like, you can really start to dictate. You can play little games, essentially. And Clef's done a good job of that. He did a good job of that against Kiv. And you actually see that right there. That's literally that. What does Velas do? Velas goes, okay, you want to keep throwing that? I'm going to throw this. Little hook curl right here. Clef goes, okay, well, I'm just going to throw this wide open flat then. Right? Now, one of the things you could do here, if you're Velas, is really get aggressive with switch sticking and really try baiting between the two. It could be hard, but anything you could do in that situation to almost, because it's such a fast read, and again, we're able to hit that flat. Oh, whoa, fumble. Clef's on conservative. I know he is. And just like that, Velas does get the ball back. Wow, Gronk forcing a fumble. I fumbled on conservative the other day. They actually kind of can, I feel like, nowadays. That's nuts, though. I genuinely hate that. You're on conservative. You're losing your ball carrier moves. You should never fumble. Ever. Literally ever. I'm not saying percentage. I'm saying ever. And the reason I would say, like, some people are like, oh, 99% of the time you shouldn't fumble. No, 100. Reason being, and again, the only exceptions to that would be if you're showboating. Maybe if there's like a huge rating discrepancy. But as like, assuming all things are even, it should be never, because then you start leaving chance into it. And in these games worth a lot of money, you can't have chance in these games, right? You don't want that. At least I don't want that as somebody who used to play in these quite a bit. Right. So I still play in MCS. Someday, I promise you, someday, I'm gonna have a full year dedicated to MCS. No time soon. That is a goal of mine in the future. The next 5 years or so, have like a full year just dedicated to being one of like the diehard MCS grinders. No content, no nothing. Because I'm only here to win games, brother. But yeah, dang, I was saying something before that, and I just don't recall. That is so one thing with the underneath style offense too, and I hate this is just a fact of the matter, although I don't love it, is that because you're taking a while to move the ball, and you are calling a lot of plays, right? You increase your odds of getting cheated. Just a fact of the matter, which does suck. I don't think that's it's tough. I'll give you a good example where that's really tough is against like a very heavy blitz player where you're getting a lot of throw out of sacks. And if you take a lot of plays against that type of person, you're more likely to have a touchdown. Oh, you're more likely to have like a throw out of sack, pick six, or something like that, right? So something to keep in mind. Cleff he's switch sticking onto this deep blue. So CD Lamb, 98 speed right here, just going on a seam streak. Clef keeps on getting on this guy, and when he does, Velas is just willing to launch this ball. CD again with that speed discrepancy. I don't know what this discrepancy is, but CD's very, very fast. And yeah, Clef's just like really blowing coverage with his deep blues. We saw the drop touchdown, earlier in this game. And so watch this right here. So this is the play verticals, pistol bunch down, flat route, it's a wheel. Okay. And Clef switches onto this guy. Comes out, I think he just saw it as a flat or something, but as soon as you do this, you have this guy peeling up. This is an easy dot over top. And this almost looks like switch sticking of you're not sure what your opponent's calling. Maybe. You're just not super familiar, super comfortable, maybe. Because I mean it's that's just blown coverage, right? And that is an advantage of running off meta. Right here, hit that halfback counter. Velas does. And by the way, we are in the second quarter. Velas does run, and you see him chewing clock right here, actually. He does run more of a chew clock style offense. And I'll say this. After doing a breakdown of the Cleff game that took over an hour, I don't know what that came out to on the video. Maybe it came out to like 50-something minutes. I am happy to see that we have somebody who respects my time here, Velas. Thank you, brother. I'm out here watching Kim and Cleff. I'm like, clock, please clock. And these dudes are like, actually, what if we just keep scoring? A little counter play right there. Dante Poe down to 4th and 2. Curious what he does. You've already gotten a stop. Do you kick here? Do you go for it? His path here, he's been super aggressive. Very, very aggressive player to get here. I know he credits that big time for how he did get here, right? Certain 4th down opportunities, right? Certain things. Throws a pick. Fair. Fair. Fair, 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 fair. Well, there we go. I want to say he threw that same pick against Mr. Football. I'm getting crazy nostalgia. Well, I am a believer though. I'll always stand by this of man, if you had a certain style to you, right? Whatever that might be that got you to a certain place. Obviously, there is adapting and adjusting on the fly, but as in generalities, I want you to stay with that. And right there, I don't love that play call. I'm pretty sure he threw a pick to Mr. Football with that same play. I would love to know his success rate on it against good players. Especially against good players is the key right there. Guys who play MCS top 100 or so. I think that play sucks. With that being said, I don't hate going for it. Again, it's what got you there. I can never hate on that too much. Obviously, hindsight's massive, right? Where right now he could be up 10-0 on Clef the God. Instead, 7-7, he does that ball. But at the same time, had he gotten it, we would all be saying, man, this is why he's here. He was aggressive. He's got balls. So it's the only thing I'm not going to do is be man, hindsight based. I think I kick right there, but at the same time, I'm not there, right? I didn't get there because I went 4-on-4 down a lot and converted. You know what I mean? So it's just, I don't know. I think you'll just get a lot of people who see the result of a play. It's a little bit unorthodox. Maybe it isn't what you would do and just call it stupid. When if that's why he's here, obviously it's not stupid then. You know what I mean? Obviously it can't be. Run right there. Honestly, for me, genuinely speaking, I think he's dumb. In my head, my first thought is, why are you unbalanced? You are dumb. You are going to fumble the ball. Fact of the matter is, he's gotten all the way here unbalanced. And it is 2 o'clock to 2-minute warning right here. He's gotten all the way here balanced. And apparently that has helped him, right? He's had the best run game we've seen in the MCS this year. So it's okay. Sure. I do think there's situations where you should go on conservative. Definitely even in this situation for him, but just in general. I'll say, dude, the one thing I didn't understand about him, man, And man, I don't get this. I don't get this because I'll be honest with you. I'll be so honest with you. This is the throw of somebody who, like, I don't even want to say this because I didn't see his path here. And I can't, like, you can't be a bad like his run game isn't good enough, right, to have made it all the way here without throwing the ball at a high clip. You know what I mean? Like he's not like he's toting for 300 a game. This pass by itself, taking everything else out, is a pass of somebody who's bad at passing, right? Like this, I don't, I, I think what I think happened right here, and this, I'm really trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Just like you're in the championship with this, you can't suck at passing to get here. You literally can't, right? You cannot be a great passer to get here, but you can't suck it. This is a throw of somebody who sucks. So we have Wheel right here. I wonder if he thought that Cleff was going to switch stick onto this guy, because this is Ramsey's a flat. If he thought Cleff was going to switch stick onto this guy and come down hard, and then because he didn't, and it's obvious that Cleff isn't, he just throws it all the way inside, trying to get it in here. That's what I think. Like, that's me really trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Genuinely, though, that is like the type of throw you see when we do our gauntlet videos and we're in game one. It just is, and I hate saying that. I don't want to. I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm just like, I'm so confused by that, man. I'm very, very confused. Or it's just nerves, which that's a very real thing. That's a very real and like fair thing. A lot of guys can struggle with that, but yeah, I don't know, man. Just interesting, I suppose. Gives up a 1-point touchdown. Cleff able to hit that on the run, easy peasy, and just like that. That's where that's where that hindsight does come into effect, though, big time. Where you go from, you could have been up 10-0 2 minutes ago. Now you're literally down 14-7, just like that. So in terms of how poorly it could have gone after going for it on 4th down, it went as bad as it possibly could have. With that being said, that opportunity came up at such a time where he's had this bad run the past 2 minutes. You can tie the game. You know what I mean? So again, hindsight's massive, and obviously it really is looking dumb right now to do that. That being said, and again, I try saying this because people just are like, I think so many people, it's like this in sports where they're very like closed-minded and like, I don't know, like are so eager and like want to call other people stupid who do things that don't work out or are different. He got here being very aggressive, right? So if that's the case, fair. Fair. You could disagree. I think disagreeing with it's fair. But yeah. Let's go. Down 7 now. Call a little different route, come a little double corners to the left side with a zig. Haven't seen him call this all tournament. Goes out route to the halfback, though, instead. Tony Power gets out of bounds. He's got 3 timeouts. Cleff here, now out of the 3-4 odd, by the way. He's in the dime 1-4. Dime 1-4. And what he's trying to do, for the most part, it looks like, we're trying to get this loop action going. Trying to get this loop going. So we go here. Let's see how this loop works. Loop gets picked up. Didn't even loop. Nothing really there. Goes halfback again. Throws that ball a little bit late. Able to pick up a good gain. You know, one of the things I've noticed here is that if you put a halfback on an in route or an out route from shotgun, like a hot routed one, they get caught up in the line of scrimmage. Here, this out route is not getting caught up ever. Good run game right there. Tony Pollard, gain of 10. I don't love the run right there, but it was a good gain. He has 2 clock on still. He probably doesn't mind. 40 seconds, 3 timeouts. Needs 36 yards for a touchdown in field goal range. Out route again from the halfback. Cleff's kind of just giving this up willingly, which I'm a little bit surprised by. I think Cleff keeps on saying to himself that he's not going to call it again, and Velas keeps on calling it. We'll see. Does he go back to that same thing? No, he doesn't. And actually, Cleff didn't defend it again, though. Bad throw. Good click on catch, though. Good spin. And so that's where, like, that is one of the best examples of being unbalanced. Massive. Velas didn't want to score right there either. So this is something where I hate that he was able to complete this because this is a bad read. We've seen this. We saw this a lot, actually, in the Cleff Kiv game, where a couple of these where I talked about it. But when you make a bad read, if you're able to get a good pass lead on it and then click on, notice he clicks on and aggressive catches that. Able to cut it off. Again, if you're Cleff, you're kind of sick because you could have just, you think you could have had a pick 6 right there. Ends up being a touchdown for Velas. Ties the game up 14 a pop. He's not looking great passing the ball right now, honestly. Outside of the wide open check down to the halfback, he's not looking great. That one's a little bit fortunate. Able to get busy stick talk wise. 20 seconds left here. Cleff's gonna roll out, throws it away. Revealus, you very much need to hold him to nothing right here. Right? Don't let Cleff somehow get points. Do not let Cleff somehow get points. You drop back. Oh! Oh! And Velas gets super lucky. So we actually went from touchdown the other way. Look at this. So in this inside quarter, Clef scored a touchdown Kiv on this. Inside quarter, it's right behind the triangle button. Streak, crosser, halfbacks on an in route right here. That's triangle. Inside quarter is going to suck inside for a second. It's kind of a legacy bug with these inside quarters. This circle route going to be open up top for a touchdown. This is just a streak to Tyreek Hill. This is a gun bunch offset to the right side. You see that? Boom, open. Clef tries to make the throw on the run. Can't. Cam Hayward catches the pick and gets Veals down to the 3-yard line. Oh. Veals just got lucky. He just caught a break. That, wow. That's the thing where, dude, like, these are long games. Very easily, Veals could have laid down after, you know, kind of blowing that opportunity earlier. Right now, though, he should go into half up, and he's got 3 timeouts, so no way he chokes this, I assume. I say. Hoping he does not choke it right here. This would be tough. Dontari Poe and the Wildcat. Just gonna go blast right up the middle. Clef set everybody. Dontari Poe fights. Down to the 1. And go shotgun here. Don't call that quick slants play, dude. Don't call that quick slants play. Don't do that. Don't do that. This play sucked for you. Okay. Going to almost looks like a screen. Rolls out. Bang. I don't 100% know what play that was. But what I'll say is that this is labbed. This guy out route. Just going to sit right there. Insta roll out. Able to get just outside the flat zone. Flat zone dumbed out, actually. Touchdown for Velas. He can go into half up 7 somehow. So Clef has ball right here. If you're Clef, you're kind of annoyed with how this is kind of gone. You've been in this situation a million times, though. This is a very, just the way this game has felt. I feel like I've been on both sides of this numerous times. When you're in Velas, I'll be honest, when you're in Velas' shoes, you're kind of like, haha. Because Clef has outplayed him to this point, in my opinion. If you're in Clef's shoes, you're like, okay. Like, all right, here we go. Settle it down. Like, let's just be the better Madden player in the second half. We win this game, right? Clef, 2nd and 10 right here. Had to throw it away on 1st down. Nothing there. And so I'm curious what this adjustment was. What does Velas do right here to stop this play? Because he takes away that seam. I think he hard flatted his outside corner, and he did. He hard flatted it. So this is super risky, but this is what you have to do, right? You can't do it every single play. This is where adjusting and predicting your opponent's plays comes into a factor. Hard flat right here. Hook curl, probably half. I don't really care what happens on the right side here. This, if there's a fade right here, is a 1-play touchdown. If Clef calls a play that's like drag, crosser, like backside in or something, big play. If Clef calls a play he's been spamming, this play is bagged. Because I believe this might just be cover 2 across the board. It is. It's just cover 2 hard flat. Which you would say, if I told you cover 2 hard flat just bagged Clef, you'd say, how? But it makes sense given the situation, right? Clef's running a play that's very much attacking horizontally and underneath. Go cover 2 hard flat because nothing's really attacking deep. Now, I'm actually a little surprised Clef went right back to that play. Vila stayed in that exact same defense. Clef barely was able to catch that. This is where it's tough. If you're Velas, what I'll say here is that if you want to go back to this cover 2 hard flat, which I don't think is the worst idea here on 4th and 2, even though Clef will probably call a different play, you got to be aware of something like this guy releasing up here, and you got to be able to switch stick to this guy, get out here immediately. Then same thing right here. You got to protect your outside intermediate sidelines with switch sticking. He's going to end up sending some pressure. A little bit weird. Corner route. That was weird. First time all game, we see him actually get on the safety. I don't even know if he meant to do that, but he ends up user pressing R1. Clef, and because of that, the route ran weird, and Velas just got to stop. Say what you want. I think a lot of people, kind of, the 4th down, whatever that was crazy, because Clef also had a touchdown. I'll be honest, like he did. But the cover two hard flat calls back to back actually really good. And I don't know if he adjusted to it or if he just called. He probably had to adjust to it unless he had Tampa 2 in his playbook. I don't know what defensive playbook he's in. I doubt he's in Patriots. But genuinely a really good call. And Clef doesn't call the right plays to take advantage of it. But that fourth down he did, it's just a little weird. Run play right there, nothing. I'll say this, dude. Clef was looking for a fumble, and with Vilas being on balance, taking his sticks, definitely the fumbles there. He's gonna snap the ball in a second. Can we get back to okay? We're gonna go 5 wide pistol. Looper gets picked up, goes drag underneath. Vilas, 4th and 5. Now here, man, this is where, man, this is where I'm like, we're getting later to the game. Those points are so important. And I think, man, uh, like I kick. I kick here. I think you kick. I absolutely think you kick. What I'll say here is this, for what it's worth, right? Like I'm a big believer in this situation. Like even you've been super aggressive, right? You have a chance to go up 2 scores. You just bagged them. I think you kick. Like you 100% kick. With that being said, in terms of like, he actually calls a good play. I actually don't like the play at all. I'll be honest with you. I actually think the route combo itself sucks. We have a slant running into a curl route, right? Slant, curl. What I'll say is, R1's a first down. R1's probably a first down, I think. And he has a clean pocket. So it's like, he actually like dialed it up. He tries going to a cover 2 beater top right. Doesn't get it. Moss doesn't pick it off actually, which Cleff doesn't care about. Man, I think you kick right there. I think that's where, to me, it's like a situational thing where like you've been aggressive, but maybe at some point we're going, and just like that, I'll say his questionable decisions have immediately backfired. That's one of the worst things, though. If you're Vilas, right? You want to do these like more unorthodox things. You will always catch flack for that, and even more so if immediately after the worst case scenario happens. Which earlier it happened, right there it happens. So it's tough. Yeah, Vilas, I guess, and again, I mean, hindsight's 2020. It's still is tough for me to say. Like that's why I want to see his path here. I wish I could have seen his path here because like maybe he won a lot of games off similar situations where he just refused to settle and was able to get 7 consistently. Because like if you found that out, right? If you found that out where he beat, let's say he beat, I'm just throwing names out there. Let's say he beat Astro. Let's say he beat John Beast. Let's say he beat Gabago. You know, right? Like a string of players are good like that. And the way he did it was by being ultra aggressive. If that's the case, then it's like, okay. And I know I'm gonna catch flack for not absolutely like hating the decisions, but I don't know, I think people lack context sometimes, and we obviously lack context here. And again, I would have definitely kicked, but yeah, interesting. 2nd and 11, still in the pistol bunch tight end. You're not really seeing much audibling from him at all either, by the way, which is something that is cool to see. Very rarely do we see someone just sitting in an offense. You know, a lot of time, both these guys are really doing it. Both these guys, I mean, heck, Cleff's in bunch, but no one really runs bunch. No one runs bunch like that. What is that? I don't know, man. Some of his route combos are weird. Like the motioned out fade right there from the tight end. I'm like, why? Why'd you do that? Watch the loop from the right side. Cleff on defense here. Even like, I don't know. Interesting. Halfback out route. Interesting. 3rd and 1. Gonna go Wildcat. He still has that 2 clock on. So, you know, what's crazy, genuinely what's crazy, and like you could be like the biggest hater right now, right? And fair, right? You'd be the biggest hater, say this kid sucks, say this kid's done everything. He's made 2 decisions that you absolutely hate, that you super disagree with, that immediately backfired because of how right you are. And he's about to take the lead, or he has a chance to take the lead still. It's like, holy shit, like, I think, like, I am a believer that in and of itself is like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, he's actually actively cost himself points because of decisions in this game, and he can still take the lead. The Wildcat stuff, I haven't seen a lot out of it, man. I'll be honest. Like, it's been kind of good ground and pound, I suppose. See the jet sweep right here. This could be cool. Go boom. 1-on-1. Juke move. Tony Power tackle down. We're going to take this to the 4th. Third and goal. Gets absolutely blown up. So here, what do you do? Because this isn't even, you don't even have the potential for a first down. Is he thinking about it? You're nuts. Okay. He's kicking. I think, man, to me, it is a little bit different than going for a first down. Rather than right there, it's like goals, so you don't even have a first down opportunity, it's just touchdown. So like I can get that. It just, man, he's left. He could be up 2 scores just from field goals. So again, it's just hindsight though, right? Had he gotten those 4th downs that he didn't get earlier that we were questioning him on, he could be up 21 or something, like 17. So, and just interesting. I don't know. Quick flat to Pollard. Cleff, I'm curious if he gets out of that bench pivot play just because we saw Veals going cover 2 hard flat. I'm surprised he didn't go to that play right there. Verticals with a halfback flat play before. Yeah, so Cleff right here is trying to catch Veals in the cover 2 hard flat. He has an outside fade, he has a flat, and then he goes boom, boom, wheel. Okay, if this is a hard flat, this is a half, touchdown up top. We'll see if Veals goes to that. If Veals goes to that cover 2 hard flat. Veals is out of it, but he's just giving up that Tony Pollard flat instead. Very easy yardage for Cleff. And Cleff almost, I mean, he's 10 yards away from field goal range right now, just from 2 flat routes. Nothing you ever want to have happen. Right there, it's bagged. Throws it away. Okay, so this is where, okay. Now, does Cleff call the same play? Does Cleff check back into the bench pivot? What does Veals do on defense? He just got a bag, but that wasn't one of Cleff's main plays. If you're Veals, you should go cover 2 hard flat right here. And Veals does, like, this is where, he went cover 2 hard flat, right? It might have been cover 3 cloud. This is why, like, Veals is not, like, people can say, I've seen the comments. People say, like, he sucks or whatever. Veals predicts, unless he's the luckiest mother ever, Veals predicts this play perfectly. Because had he called this coverage the play before, this guy would have kept going up and would have been a touchdown. Okay? Instead, he calls this cover 2 hard flat, which I actually might be cover 3 hard flat. Or cover 3 on the right, cover 2 on the left. He calls it perfectly, and Cleff goes to this horizontal play that he's able to drags taken away, zigs taken away, in routes taken away. And it bags this perfectly. And it's like, dude, it's not easy, especially in this moment, to predict plays accurately on defense. And like right there, he did. Again. He did again. So it's like, I'm like that to me, I'm like, whoa. Like, we have somebody here. Let's go slant. Just a play you haven't seen yet. Good play. Good play by Cleff. Yeah, Veals was really, so Veals' 2 sideline defenses were really hard flat out here by this guy, or just no flat. And so Cleff goes, okay, I'm just going to put a slant, which is going to get it right into this area above a hard flat, or if there's just no flat. I like that idea. This is not a typical route combo. Able to hit that. Boom. Able to make somebody miss. CeeDee Lamb down the sideline. Down to the 8 to the 9. 2nd and goal. Bench pivots and play call. High ball. Out of bounds. Oh. That's tough. That's tough. Does Cleff go back to that exact same play? I'm curious. I'm picking at at a callus on my hand. Yeah, you can't throw that. Mid zone. Cleff down 3. Now does Cleff go for it? Now does Cleff go for it here from 4th and goal? He does. Snaps it. Same play. Got it that time. And he holds on to it. I'm actually... I don't love... I'm surprised he went back to it. I guess it's just like he just thinks he can get it inside that mid zone where it won't KO him. Call the same play 3 times in a row. Able to get it that time. Able to hold on to it through the mid zone KO. That easily could have been a knockout. So I'm genuinely curious. What do people think about that right there? Do you like going for it there? Do you not like going for it there? And the only reason I bring this stuff up so much in this game specifically is I've just seen like all of the comments on like on the last video of Vila saying he sucks, on Twitter saying he's dumb, he's stupid. I'm just like, I don't believe. And again, me Vilas could be terrible at Madden at all other times, but to make it to a live event, to make it to the championship, you've beaten numerous good players to get here. You're in a hell game with Clef. You have to be good at the game right now to some extent, right? And so that's why I just question. I'm like, interesting. And I think it's easy to hate when things don't work too. I hate hindsight, how people use hindsight. Goes fade. This is where the passing game for me is just so, it's so interesting. I don't know. Like, so the thing is, like, it's one thing to take a shot. And I mean, honestly, this is a good switch by Cleff. He's going for a cover 2 beater right side. And Cleff just switches on to, he actually has it, but Cleff switches onto this Randy Moss and goes up and able to take it away. Yeah, so actually, it makes more sense right now. I see the vision. Should have been picked off, though. Good switch by Cleff. It's also just like a switch stickable play. It's kind of the thing, which has been a thing like in this game, Madden and Couch Football now switch stick, where like certain plays, like you have to avoid switch stickable plays. Good zig route right there. Gets him down. I'm curious. He's going to have that chew clock. My hand is bleeding a little bit. I have a callus, but like I kind of picked at it too much where I actually tore off some skin. And like actually, you know what I mean? Not fun. Not fun. We have chew clock on. You're going to go halfback zone. Blown up. Put down. Loss of 4. Powered after that run. 10 rushes for 51 yards. Howard gets put into the dirt. Dang. Go 5 wide right here. Looper. Gotta watch him right here. Around the D tackle. Really hasn't been an issue. I've been impressed by his blocking so far. Seam. Clef's user's on top of it. Misses the tackle, though. Good job by the user getting there. Misses it. Once again, motioning out, going to a 5 wide. Might see a deep out route here. No. Just gonna see a fade. Goes out route left side. Surprised Clef didn't have a hard flat or something right there. And the tackle inbounds will get this down to 2 minutes left in the game. Clef only with 2 timeouts, by the way. Could end up being a big thing. First attempt. Once again, we're no longer showing the threat of a run because we're going to go 5 wide. Going back to the same plays. Seam buster. Potential deep shot to the right side. Nothing's really there. You got to run. Oh, he's actually able to get an angle right there. And stays in bound to a second one. Wow, that play looked dead. And CJ Stroud, the QB for Vilas, you know, he doesn't have the release Baker does, has all the same abilities, and he's faster, so some people prefer him. Let's see what he does here. Vilas can go with a halfback dive. Wrap the middle with Dante Poe. Truck. Gets to the outside. Boom. That's big boy football. Dang. Dang, that's big boy football. Damn. Dante Poe. I'll be honest, dude. That's not how Dante Poe is built in real life, right? Dante Poe's a big dude. Like, Dante Poe is a big dude, right? If I'm thinking of the right guy, I'm thinking of the dude from the Chiefs, right? They lined him up in the backfield once or twice. This is not his player build, bro. Halfback dive again. This time, totally blown up. 2nd and 11. Neither player is going to call a timeout. Neither player is calling timeout, so they're letting the clock go. Clef's willing to win this game on defense. Vilas obviously not going to call a timeout right now. This clock is now at 30. We're in the pistol trips. First time all game. Let's see the route combo. I'm not liking what I'm seeing so far. I will be honest with you. I am not loving what I'm seeing so far. This is a nuts route combo. I'll just say it. The fact that that was even a throw is nuts. That was not good. That was not good. That was bad. That was bad. In my opinion. But he got yards. In my humble opinion, I did not like that route combo at all. Had there been a hard flat, had that been like a basic cover 3 hard flat, that play would have been bagged. Cover 2 hard flat, bagged. Cover 4 hard flat, bagged. That play would have been bagged. Oh, wow. Drops back. Back corner, boom. Oh. So he calls the cover 2 beater. Boom, fade. Then a little flat or something. Deep half, can't get there. Boom, back corner. Ah, oh, I'm surprised Cleff didn't click on. Wow. And just like that, Vilas is going to go up 3 points at 18 seconds left in this game. And we're going to see Cleff on offense. I know, well, okay, we kind of, maybe a slight spoiler, but it's okay. 19 seconds left. 2 timeouts for Cleff. Just needs to get about 30 yards. Rolls out. Able to hit the crosser. Just like that is in field goal range. Just like that. Big hitter, boom, in field goal range. Or just about in field goal range. If you are Vilas here, here's what you do. Halfback, boom. There we go. Wow. Yeah, just immediately gets downfield. Not even a worry. Let's see what underneath. Yeah, at this point, Cleff's just gonna kick 3. And we'll go into overtime. Vilas is getting ball to begin overtime. 1st and 10. Immediately goes. Whoa! Immediately breaks off a big run. Yeah, but I've said it a lot, but like by far the best run game we've seen MCS wise. And maybe I'm trying to think last year what it would have been. I'm not sure. Gonna go to the pistol trip. 2nd time all game. Just calling a halfback dive right here. Trying to give a different look for the run game. Gain of 3. Okay, you're not going to be too upset about that. And for the 1st time all game, he's actually going to go on conservative. 1st time all tournament that we've seen, he goes on conservative. Interesting. I don't know what kind of triggering that from him, but he decides to. Little basic cover 2 beater on the right side. He loves going for these cover 2 beaters, by the way. Loves them. Has the wheel. Tough throw, but able to fit it in. Little like, this is a cool little route that could be scary, but check this. We have streak. It's going to push back all the deep blues, right? We have flat, gonna hold down all the flat zones, which means when we have a wheel route, which I don't know which guy it's coming from. I want to, maybe it's this guy. Yeah. When we have a wheel route, you could throw it right in this area. It's a tough throw. It could be scary, get baited. But time like this, do or die, able to fit it in. Right, see that little window for it. Boom. Good pass lead, good catch. Nice possession catch. Way to get down too. Could have been KO'd. Go hurry up now. 31-31. Motions powered out. 5 wide. Looper, again, has been pretty a non-factor this game. He loves this inside zig route combo. Able to hit. I don't know who that is. I was going to say Boston Scott. It's just obviously isn't Boston Scott. Hits whoever that is. And, I mean, who the hell are you? Who are you? Anyways. Potential semen. Not semen. Geez, semen buster. Nothing there. Don't throw something crazy. Throws it away. That throwaway can be a little scary because it can get easily hit out sack and potential pick. And let's see. Cleff looking to hold to 3. Cleff very I'm curious if this dude will even take 3. I don't even know if he'll take 3 if he gets the opportunity to. Wow, 1st time we've seen a route combo really attacking the right side. Goes underneath, drag. Scott. I mean, you got to think if you have a faster player there, you might get more yards. You got to think that. You have to. You have to. What we got? Corner route again. Another route combo kind of different than what he's ran all game. Corner route not really there. Zig! That's... Oh, no. Oh, it's got to be picked, dude. It has to get picked for this game to be good. It's a vert hook. It's a shaded down vert hook, so it's going to go down with this route, but it's going to stay in his area right here. Just a bad read. Just genuinely a bad read. I mean, it has to get picked off every time. You lose. You lost. Ah, wow. Wow. 4th and 7 right here. What do you do if you're Vilas? What do you do? You've been aggressive pretty much all game, all tournament so far. He's got to kick. Okay. Cleff on offense now. Going to a quick underneath. Tony Pollard, this is verticals. Just putting a halfback on a table route, on a flat route. Hot route that you have available to you this year. Wasn't a thing last year. Did not have these available to us last year without Hot Route Master and other things. Touchdown. Wow. Blown coverage. And you know what he did? Vilas guessed wrong. Yeah, Vilas. Well, he didn't even go to cover 2 hard fly. Just hard fly the outside corner. I'm curious what he does with the outside backer. Did he set up for bench pivot? So 1st and 10. No, he didn't set up for bench pivot. Just blown coverage. GG's. Cleff wins his first ever belt. Cleff has been doing this for a very long time. Came very close numerous times. And finally wins his first ever belt. Taking down the rookie in Velas. Right there's TJ. That's nuts. That is nuts. I'm not sure who that is. That is nuts. That is Cleff's dad, by the way. So cool to see. I believe so. This happened in Orlando. I want to say Cleff is within like a couple hours of that. So is his dad. So very cool to see his dad there as well. Cowboys fan. Cowboys fan of Florida? Nah. Yeah, congrats to him though, for real. Good game. Congrats to Veals making it this far. Very cool to see. Congrats to Clef for finally getting it done.